back to another episode of Everyday Bubbly with Allegra and Taylor. We're so glad you're here. This literally is like my favorite part of the week. I have so much fun doing this.
We're back in person. We're back together after
we had a down week last week. We were both like out for the count.
Yeah, it was rough.
I thought I was okay, and then I got off of recording and I was like, I'm not okay anymore. I like need to go back to bed.
No, I literally like crawled to bed. And Adam was like, they're there.
Here's some Theraflu. You know they make Theraflu tea now? Mm-mm. It tastes awful. It tastes like you're drinking fucking like Dayquil. But like Nick got some when we were like first getting sick, and like dog bless him, it worked great, but it tasted so
No, I just
bad.
got the good shit. I did Paxlovid. And
yeah, you said that, and I like didn't even know what those letters meant. I was like, good for you. I had never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, it's like the Tamiflu, but for COVID.
I don't know what Tamiflu is.
And apparently they're only supposed to subscribe it if you have like a high chance of like ending up in the hospital.
That's
but
what?
But the doctor was like, I still prescribe it anyways if you want it. I'm like, yes, I want it.
I think that's how people end up addicted to things.
Unwell. Well, I did not want to be addicted to it because it left a terrible taste in your mouth.
Is it like a liquid? Or is it like a capsules?
They're pills. You had to take 3 pills twice a day for 5 days.
Oh.
So 30 pills total.
Oh my God.
And they were like not little pills. And they left a terrible taste in your mouth that did not go away after time. It was just 5 days of bad taste in my mouth.
See, and I was like, I'm going to drink some echinacea. Where's my elderberry gummies?
No, give me the meds.
Like you and Nick are that, and I am literally like, my immune system will come through. I am okay.
No. Give me the drugs.
No.
Yeah.
Nick tried to give me I had a headache. He like tried to give me an Advil. I was like, you're trying to poison me. You're literally trying to kill me right now. He's like, I'm not. Calm down.
Suffer.
I'm
Don't
such
use
a
modern
weirdo.
medicine.
Well, anyway, thanks guys. We're back in full force, as you can tell. Like
we're healthy as horses, and we're back.
We're healthy as horses.
So what are we drinking today? I'm going to tell us what we're drinking.
You tell us what we're drinking today.
We are drinking a lovely Cabernet from Alexander Valley Vineyards.
Bless you. Wow. Mid explanation. Wow.
I was trying so hard to not sneeze, and then I was like, no.
Just gotta let it go.
Yeah. It is delicious. This is one of my favorites. This is from 2021, and it's good. It's a good bodied cab.
I love that. Where did you get it from? H-E-B?
H-E-B.
Our good pals at H-E-B.
The good pals.
We were actually, and honestly, most of the listeners will not resonate with this, but like, you called me on your way. I texted you. I was like, hey, bring red. I'm out. And so you had to call me like, can I even buy wine today? Because
I get so confused by the laws.
For listeners outside of Texas, we're not allowed to buy alcohol on Sundays. It's Sunday, spoiler alert, that we're recording this. Yeah. And you can buy like beer and some wines, but only after 12 p.m., like literally afternoon. There's
all these like hoops you have to jump through to get your bubbly for the day.
And it's just wild that it's bars can be open. You can be at a bar and get 16 shots, but I can't go and buy a single bottle of champagne. I remember one time it was Easter Day, and I was going to get champagne for mimosa. I had people coming over, and it was 11:45, and they wouldn't let me.
You have to just wait for 15 minutes.
It was psychotic.
Now, being in the events world, if we have an event on Sunday that is open before noon, people can only buy alcohol and consume alcohol if they get it with food.
Oh, that was like a whole COVID rule too.
So if you get like... we did this art festival one year and it opened at 10 a.m. but we had like mimosas and Bloody Marys at the bar, but they had to just give out like little like a little bag of chips or a bag with of like alcohol? Or like a protein bar or something with every drink ordered.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Do you know what my favorite event of yours is?
What?
I love the crawfish festival.
I know.
That was I know there was so much stress leading up to it, and like
it was a good one,
but it was so fun. I thought the crawfish festival was worth your money. Had great vibes. I love
crawfish.
Great crawfish.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
good.
That was a vibe.
I was so proud of that music lineup that I booked too.
You did a great job.
Fabulous. And and at the end of the day, we did many number crunching, and we found out that it was never going to be profitable. So It was a one and done.
But it was a great...
you got to go.
I got to go, and it was a great fucking time. I loved
Keep Austin weird twist and snap crawfish boil.
I bought, because I knew that it had not sold as well as it had been intended to. Nick and I bought so much merch just to like help you out. We each bought like a shirt, koozies, stickers, like
the hats. Did you buy the hats?
I didn't buy a hat. Adam has a hat.
He bought 2 of the hats. And it's a good thing because he lost one of them. So now he
there
has,
you go.
I'm like, if you lose this one.
Oh, wait, we didn't actually, I'm going to show our wine. We didn't actually show it. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you're watching, you probably can't.
Your hand's not.
My hand is like not big enough to like try and.
Oh my God, look how tiny my hand was compared to yours.
But it's delicious. So get some Alexander Valley Vineyards.
Yeah,
in
this
your life.
is one that my friend Alexis turned me on to several years ago. And it's just been a consistent, like when I want a good red wine and I see Alexander Valley
it's a little
Vineyards
bit spicy
on the shelf, I'm like, this is it. This is a good one.
It's a good one. All right, so we know what we're drinking today. What are we cheersing to today?
So my cheers... Ooh. Why did I just forget what my cheers was? Because of the wine. I got so excited about the wine. You go first.
Do you want me to go first?
I have to think about what mine was.
My cheers is that it is officially king cake season. Oh, and Nick and I always order king cake from New Orleans to be FedEx to our front door. And we got our favorite, my favorite, I don't know if it's Nick's favorite actually. Coluda's is the brand. We got a cream cheese filled king cake. And honestly, that's my favorite part of the year.
Do y'all normally get that one?
We usually get Coluda's. I think we got a Randazzo's last year. We were trying to get a Dong Fong. I know there's a big Vietnamese population in New Orleans. Fun fact. I didn't know that. So we were trying to get that one, but they're delivered, like they were booked out. Like we tried to do this like a month ago and they were already booked out.
We always get ours from a place in Lake Charles called Market Basket. It's kind of like a little grocery store, but they're so good. And I was so glad that we went to a 2-year-old's birthday party the other day and they had one from Market Basket. Ooh. And normally whoever is like Adam, if he's coming from Lake Charles or if we have a friend going, we always have them bring us back one.
I love that. So, do they ship?
I don't know if they ship.
Because we always get them like shipped to the house.
Yeah, I did see that. Yours had a FedEx label on the outside of the box.
It literally does. It saes cake inside, do not stack.
Yeah, do not stack, do not disturb. Like,
do not disturb the cake.
Like this is precious cake.
But maybe I have not always said this, but I've thought this in my head. Like if I get pregnant, I want to time it so that my baby shower is Mardi Gras themed because it's like the baby in the king cake. When does that mean
that we're
I don't know. It would be
when does that mean we're having the baby?
I guess that depends on how.
When are we having the baby? Because we are going to do.
We
have always talked about getting pregnant and doing this at the same time.
But like it would be, I guess it depends on when Mardi Gras season is for the year.
Like end of February.
And how early you do the baby shower.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe I would just do it really early just so I could have the fucking Mardi Gras. In all
honesty, like, you find out, like, first week of February, you're 6 weeks pregnant, baby shower.
Baby shower. Like, it is happening.
Or you're, like, delivering in February. Baby shower.
The baby's already out. I'm like, oh, by the way, belated baby shower right now.
Mardi Gras.
But, look, I just think it's such a cute...
That is cute.
Underrated Mardi Gras like theme, like a little baby in the king cake, like
Isn't that supposed to be the baby Jesus?
I mean, yeah, but like maybe I am the Virgin Mary and I'm giving birth to baby Jesus. Maybe it's the second coming of the Lord. That's what's happening. That's it. That's what's happening.
No intercourse, just...
Nope, just vibes.
Just spiritual conception.
Spiritual vibes. If anybody knows me, that's what they think about me. Religious Taylor. That's what they call me behind my back.
So you won't be the Virgin Mary... Well,
I wouldn't be Mary.
You're also not a virgin.
I would be
Just Taylor.
I'm just Ken, a.k.a. Taylor. That's what would happen. Yep.
Can you imagine if you told people, like, this was immaculate conception? They'd be like...
They're like,
how drunk
cute.
were you when you and Nick hooked up?
Yeah, like, immaculate means that you were, what? No, like, in Big Mac conception. You had McDonald's earlier
That's
that
the food
day.
baby.
Yeah. Like,
Oh my God.
I'm going to tell people, if I ever get pregnant, I'm going to tell people it's
Have you
an
heard the
immaculate
horror
conception.
stories of people who like go to the bathroom and they like give birth in the bathroom?
No, that's
because
literally
they
my
didn't
biggest
realize?
fear.
Like they go and they think they're gonna like poop and they birth a child.
I'm going to be so fucking for real right now. And I know that Miss Janet and my mom both listen to this podcast. So like maybe close your ears right now. I have bought pregnancy tests. Like I'm paranoid about getting pregnant. And I will literally take a pregnancy test if my period is like 36 hours late. I'm like, not today. This is not happening. I'm too scared of being that person. And like I know somebody.
It's a teenage pregnancy.
Well, I would be a teenage mom. Like put me on 16 and pregnant. Like it would be bad. Like I absolutely. I'm just a small teenage girl. Like absolutely not.
No, I don't have the funds.
But like I know a person when I was a preschool teacher. One of the like moms. She didn't know she was pregnant until she was 6 months pregnant.
I mean,
And she was like
all the
drinking and
things you're
smoking.
doing to
Yeah,
your
no,
body.
she literally was like drinking and smoking and like doing it. And like Bella came out amazing. She's still great.
Yeah.
She was, but also I think about how in the 1950s, like why moms were thinking like smoking martinis, drinking martinis,
and
smoking Camel Lights daily.
Yeah. So I think we'd be fine. But I mean, the one story I read, this woman like went to the bathroom at like Six Flags and like gave birth in the bathroom.
Do you think that you get like a lifetime membership to like Six Flags? Like you get in for free forever?
Can you imagine like you're going to you're minding your business, going to the bathroom, and there's someone next to you that's like, can someone help? I just gave birth.
But also like you're pooping at Six Flags. Like ew. Like that's gross.
I had to poop at Disney.
Ew. You pooped at the park?
Yes. With all that coffee I consumed?
Yeah, I guess you would. Me too. Immaculate Conception, Virgin Alley over here.
Okay, anyways, my cheers of the week.
Sorry.
We really spiraled. My cheers of the week that I've remembered is I'm cheersing to my heated steering wheel because
cozy.
it has been frigid. And earlier today, when I was on my way here and I stopped to pick up wine, I don't normally have gloves. And so...
Why would you? We live in fucking Texas.
I know, but my hands were frozen. Heated steering wheel, those things, my fingers cozied up real quick. Just
I love that for you.
Just driving. Just, going down the road. So.
I've always said, and like I didn't know that heated steering wheels were a thing. And I was like, I remember I think I told you this. I was like, you know what they really need? Heating steering wheels. And you're like, oh, I have that. Yeah. I was like, okay.
No,
okay,
my
rich
car
bitch.
She fancy.
She fancy.
My car has all these like things. Like it's got the heated and the cooling seats and the heated steering wheel.
That is sick.
And the all the way sunroof that goes all the way like to like the back of the car. And it's got buttons. So it's like a space
buttons
car.
for what?
Like the gear shifts.
Oh.
So instead of like shifting like a knob or like a lever, there's just like buttons that you push on the...
That's like more futuristic than my car. Well, mine is like my gear, like mine is like you have your blinker light, and then the other side is how you shift your gears.
Well,
it's like the same thing.
That's my sister, like Corey's Mercedes is like that.
Yeah.
Which is like confusing. But no, mine are just like buttons like on the panel. So...
That's so cool.
When people get in my car and they're like, wait, how do I'm like, there.
Beep.
Push the button. Beep, boop, boop,
beep, boop, boop, bop, boop.
So.
Cheers to both of those. We're in a mood today. Wow.
It's because we're back together in person.
Yeah, I missed this. We spent that whole week together in Disney, and then we were ripped apart from one another.
Ripped apart and kept away with
We were
sickness.
quarantined from each other. I mean, kind of, honestly, we didn't want to hang out.
Yesterday was my first day back into society. Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's when I finished my medicine. I was like, okay, I think we're good now.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
didn't retest, but I think we're fine.
I think you're fine. Yeah. I mean,
Adam to
I'm
this
not gonna
day
get re-sick.
did not get sick.
I love that for him. I got the least sick of the sick bunch. Like, Nick was also super sick like you were.
No, Adam was the least sick.
But, like, of the sick bunch. Like, of people who actually got sick. Like, I was sick. Like, Saturday was really rough. Sunday was... but by Monday, I was, like, okay.
Yeah, no, mine hit Sunday. Oof. Anyways.
Well, what are we talking about
We're talking
today?
about Routines.
Nothing makes my Virgo sun heart happier than talking about routines. Like literally nothing.
The thought came about like how we stay centered, how we like, are there things like must-dos that like you have to do in order to have like a normal day or even like be your best self? Because for me, like my morning routine is trash. I have no morning routine.
See, I only have a morning routine.
But my evening routine, if I don't follow the evening routine, I will not sleep.
Oh, see, like my evening routine is so fly by. Like I have 2 things that must happen, but other than that, I don't even care.
Yeah, but morning, like I think a lot of people feel like their mornings, they have like steps that they do so that it's like sacred to them, that they're like, I do this, I have my coffee, do this, and then like they can't function without doing these things. And I'm just not one of those people.
I mean, I can still function, but I feel like I am, like you were saying, like I am best prepared to take on the day when I have at least, and I saw this on TikTok actually a few months ago, like maybe in November, October, how people were doing like a menu of options as opposed to like having a very strict routine. And I realized that I have more of a
like
morning
you do
menu.
like A or B.
Yeah, like I have like a little fixed price menu where I'm like taking a few things. I have like my first course, my second course, and like then I get to like mix and match what makes sense for me that day.
So let's hear it. Let's dive in. Let's dive into today's morning routine.
I also have one change that I'm making that is a very controversial change, and I don't give a fuck. I am getting rid of my alarm. I'm just like not gonna have an alarm anymore. That's a lie. I'll have an alarm, but it's gonna be set for like a drop dead time. Like if I'm not up by like 9:30, like we have issues sort of time. But I'm getting right now I have an alarm set for 7 a.m. and I get out of bed because my phone is across the room. I'll get out of bed. I'll turn it off.
You get back in bed.
And then I take my phone with me into bed, and then I put it on my pillow when I go back to sleep. So like,
what does it actually do?
Right. It's like, what's the point of like jarring me awake if I don't need to be awake? So that's my hot tip for 2024. Very, very controversial, but I'm getting rid of my alarm. I have to, as soon as I wake up, I tongue scrape.
Okay. First thing you do.
First thing I do, tongue scrape. And then I put a whole bunch of coconut oil in my mouth so I can do oil pulling.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. This is like a true story. Like every morning I do this. I put a tablespoon of coconut oil in my mouth.
Do you keep this all in your bathroom?
Yes.
So you just have a tablespoon of coconut oil?
Oh, you can go downstairs right now. There is a spoon next to the sink. Yeah, I'll show you.
So just scoop it out.
I scoop it out of this giant tub of coconut oil that is truly just like my bathroom tub of coconut oil. Scoop it out, put it in my mouth, get dressed. Ash and I go on a walk.
Wait, so how long do you keep? Hold on, I'm waiting for you to
It's still in there. I take Ash on a walk.
You're with
my mouth. I'm swishing it around. So I keep it in my mouth for like 20 to 30 minutes. So Ash and I are on our walk. I am like walking. I'm swishing. I
feel like I would be gagging. That sounds disgusting.
You have to like work up to it. It honestly is not appealing when you first start, but then you get used to it.
It's so gross. So you're swishing around coconut oil for 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In the morning.
While I'm walking Ash.
You get dressed.
I'm in my little...
Do you do anything else like with like...
I like splash water. I'm a cold water. Like I don't wash my face in the morning. I'm just a cold water rinse.
You like change clothes or you walk?
I'm in like leggings and a t-shirt or like something like depending on the weather, a sweater, but like...
And then you go walk
I've changed my clothes from my pajamas.
Yeah. Do you have pajamas?
I do have pajamas, but like mostly I'm probably falling asleep in like a t-shirt and underwear.
Yeah.
Or like a hoodie and underwear. Like I'll sleep in like a long sleeve.
Like I have pajamas that I like take when I'm like vacationing with other people so that I
have sleep shorts that I like. That's what I wore when I was in what I wore to sleep in Disney is what I would wear.
I wore more clothes when we slept at Disney.
I mean, same. We were sharing a room.
Yeah, but I also fell asleep in like sweatpants, which is very
I can't sleep in
normal
sweatpants.
for me.
They get tangled.
I know.
But I'm on my walk with Ash.
Yes.
So that is, I will say, of my like morning menu, non-negotiable is going like I need to go outside. I need to get morning sunlight straight in the eye. So I do not wear sunglasses, even if it's very bright. I need to get morning sun straight into these retinas.
Yeah. Did you say, what was the...
It helps reset your circadian rhythm. So it tells your body that you are actually awake if you're doing that. So we're walking, I'm listening to a podcast while I'm on my walk. I will at some point spit out my coconut oil along the walk. It's fine. I get back home. We probably do we do at least a mile every morning. We come back. I tongue scrape again. I brush my teeth. I have a tendency to make the same breakfast. I really try and prioritize protein first thing in the morning. That's like a very big thing for me. So I will either have, most of the time I'm either eating leftovers from dinner. I love dinner for breakfast. Or I have rice cakes with avocado, like smashed avocado and lox on top with chia seeds. And then I will have a cup of tea with a scoop of collagen in it. Sometimes I'll have bone broth with a scoop of collagen in it instead, because again, just trying to bump up those protein numbers. And then like drink some water, maybe have some electrolytes. And then that is my like morning.
That's so much.
That's my morning. And like I used to be even longer. I would do morning meditation for at least 5 minutes while my water boiled, or I would do like journaling in the morning. And I'm just like not in a journaling phase of life right now. I really need to get back into it, but that is my morning. And then I start my day.
That sounds so exhausting.
And honestly,
by that point, I'd be like, is it noon? Like, am I halfway through the day?
Yeah, by now and so the thing is like why I'm getting rid of my alarm, I tend to wake up naturally anyways around like 8:30. And like I get to work from home. I have a very like flexible schedule. Like I don't need to be awake earlier.
Yeah.
So like
That's
at this
nice.
point, maybe it's like 9:15. And then I'm ready for the day.
And then you start the day.
What's your morning routine?
Nothing. Garbage.
Okay. No. You don't have like any coconut oil? You don't have a tablespoon of coconut oil? Just
I 100% do not have that. And I do not have any plans to start that. No, I mean, my morning normally, Adam wakes up before I do usually. So it's funny that you said that about the alarm, because my alarm is set every day for 7:15, and I generally turn it off because either like Adam's already awake at that point and I'm like kind of already awake, or I just like turn it off and go back to sleep like immediately.
Yeah.
But I normally get up around like 8:00 because of the dogs. And the dogs, I'm out of the two of us, I'm usually the one that's like on the morning feeding, mainly because like if Adam gets up early, he's usually like on his way out to work, or he's at the gym or doing something. And so normally I'm the first one that's awake to do dog stuff. But because our dogs have a dog door, we're not getting up as early as we used to like let them out in the morning. They can like let themselves out whenever they wake up, and then they'll usually like fall back asleep until like one of us gets up to feed them. So I think that's usually like the first thing I do before I even do anything for myself. I like get up, put my slippies on, go and feed the dogs. And that's a whole routine because
I feed my animals. I forgot to add that part. I feed the animals when I am getting breakfast ready for myself, is when like the cats and the dogs are with him.
And I think that like that's kind of how it used to be, but now with Kirby and his diabetes, and he needs, to be fed and given insulin every 12 hours, if we don't want to like be feeding them at like 9 p.m., we have to feed them 8 a.m., 8 p.m. And that's kind of been the compromise of like, okay, they eat dinner a little bit later, but the morning feeding is at a time that like is acceptable to us, so that like during the week and during the weekend, like 8:00 is still fine, because on the weekend I can like feed them and then go back to bed if I'm still tired.
Yeah.
So I do that, and then I normally like brush my teeth, wash my face, and like by wash my face,
do you have a full skincare routine in the mornings?
I don't. I have a full evening routine.
Same.
So in the mornings, it is usually just like water on the face and like sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be better about sun. That's not part of my morning routine.
That's the one thing. I literally like on my notes, garbage routine, because there is no routine, but sunscreen. Sunscreen is
Yeah.
always a must.
I love that for you.
So I don't really ever eat. I don't really drink coffee. I don't really drink tea. I don't really drink water in the morning. I just kind of like...
You were going off of vibes for sure. That makes me stressy.
I just like splash some water on my face, put some sunscreen on, and then decide if I'm working from home. I normally don't like really get super dressed, but if I'm going into the office, I will get more dressed and like do my hair, and then I pack up my stuff and I leave the house if I'm going into the office. I don't eat.
That made me...
I don't drink.
You don't eat.
I don't eat.
You make me unwell. You don't even eat a single little bite.
No, I'm usually not hungry.
I'm not either, but I like, it's so funny how we have such different mornings.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I must have a protein.
No. And I think like when fitness goals were important to me, I was definitely like eating like either like oatmeal or something in the morning, like trying to start eating early to like start my metabolism up for the day. But generally I'm just like not hungry, and when I get to the office, I don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm not...
What is your... So you have an elaborate evening routine. I need to hear your evening routine.
My evening is like after work is done, that is like my me time, and I have such a hard time falling asleep that if I don't like do this routine, I will not be able to sleep or even think about sleeping.
Interesting.
So the evening routine, I always shower at night because I feel like
I'm a night shower.
I'm a night shower. Like the day has worn on me, and I just love that like relaxing, like getting in hot water and like just being able, even if it's not a hair wash day, just like putting my hair up, washing off the day. I usually wash my face in the shower too, just because it's like easier. I'm not like spilling water everywhere. And then, I like to put my robe on. I like go into the bathroom and I do my whole skincare routine, which is not even a lot, but it's, hyaluronic acid. If I have like acne, a little acne treatment. Sometimes
Your skin honestly has been so glowy lately.
It's been doing good. It got a little bad during when I was sick because I was not doing anything. I was sleeping all day and like...
But it looks great today.
Thanks. Yeah. And then a little redness serum. I have rosacea, so it just like helps a little bit like calm things down in the face. And then a thick moisturizer. Ren Skincare, I was talking about that for Thanksgiving, the Black Friday sale. I have both like a moisturizer and a nightly oil that I put on my face. So
nice.
And I make myself look like a little glazed donut, and then just
No, that sounds delicious.
get in bed. And we either like watch like an episode of TV together, or I've been reading.
You're a bed TV girl.
Bed TV or book. Like I'll do one of the two, and then Adam usually falls asleep before me, and then I put on. We both kind of have to have like background white noise to like fall asleep, so we usually put YouTube on and we just pick like thunderstorm noises with a black screen, so it blacks the TV out, but it just has that like sound machine and fall asleep.
That's not that elaborate. I was expecting like 16 more steps.
No, but it's more elaborate compared to my morning routine.
Yeah, your morning routine is truly
like
Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just see how I feel.
Well, I feel like I also shower at night. Nick and I usually, like, after we've cooked dinner, because we always cook dinner together, we'll watch.
And we found out that we both like make dinner at the same time. Like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
I want to know when the listeners make dinner, because I feel like that's why I asked you. Nick and I feel like we eat so late. Like we start cooking at 7:15, so we end up eating between like 7:45, 8:15, depending on the day. Probably between 7:45 and 8. That's why I asked you, and like you eat around the same time, which made me feel a lot better. I feel like I know so many people who eat dinner at like 5:36.
Well, like when I do like workout, I like to work out after work, and so I'll either work out at like 4:35 or I'll work out at like 6, and then I won't eat until after I work out, so it's never before 7:30.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like maybe I'm so used to like my evening workout schedule, even though I don't do that same schedule anymore, that like it's just like ingrained in us. So we'll eat probably around 8:15. We'll watch TV afterwards. Maybe around like 9:30, 10. I will go take a shower. Because I too am an evening shower girl. Unless I worked out earlier in the day and I got really sweaty. And I will splash water at my face in the shower, but then I get out of the shower and then I do like a full face wash and my products.
Yeah.
I will finish watching TV, go back to bed, go back to the bedroom. We will brush our teeth, floss, mouthwash. I'll do an extra sealing step of my face. I do like a mist and face
I thought you were
oil.
gonna say something with your teeth again. I'm like,
oh no, not with the teeth again. We're done with the teeth. We'll do that, and then I go to bed before. So I wake up earlier than Nick does. So like, I have the morning. Maybe that's why. Like I have the morning to myself. Like nobody else is around. It's just like my time to like chill. I go to bed before Nick, so we brush our teeth together. He puts me to bed. And I truly have to say that he puts me to bed because he like
tucks you in
he
a little
tucks
bit.
me in. He gives me a specific number of kisses, and if he does more or less, I will be like, "What are you doing?" I have to get 5 kisses. And then we will recount our day in bed. So he'll be standing there and I'll be cozied up.
in.
And I guess my nighttime routine is way more elaborate than I thought it was. We talk about what our favorite thing we did that day was, each of us. And then we talk about what we are most grateful for that
cute.
day. And then he leaves. Ash always comes to bed with me when I come. Izzy lately has also been coming to bed. And he has to say goodnight to me. And he has to say goodnight to every single animal in earshot of me. I have to hear him say, "Goodnight, Ash. Goodnight, Ellie. Goodnight, Izzy." I have to hear all 3 of these, or I will call him back and be like, "Oh, you just hate Izzy? Now you don't even care if Izzy has a good night?"
Wrong with you?
And then he goes away, and I fall asleep and then I'm out.
Wow.
Like, I turn over maybe 2 times, and then I'm dead to the world.
See, I'm normally like still like Adam is snoring, and I'm either like finishing whatever we started because he puts something on and then falls asleep immediately. But I'm like, I'm invested in this now.
Yeah, no.
Or like when I put the rain noises on, I'll like read another chapter or 2 in my book and then
See, we
be like,
also
okay.
do not have a TV in our bedroom. So like we sit in the living room, watch TV after dinner, and then it is like we are transitioning into the bedroom.
Yeah. I think that would maybe help, but no, I love my
That's
TV.
okay.
I love my TV.
Do you have any things that are routine throughout your day? Like outside of like a morning, like a specific specialized morning or night routine, do you have like a thing?
I don't think so, but like when I'm at work, I normally like things that I do during work, like I have to like have music on in my headphones. I can't listen to anything that doesn't have or that has lyrics in it or I get too like distracted. It has to be more like ambient, like lo-fi or sometimes even classical music.
Interesting.
So I'll do that. And then at my job, time tracking is like super important. So the way that like I've found to be successful is like kind of planning out my day where I'm like, okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to work on this project.
Oh, you're a time blocker.
And then I got to like get up and like walk around or like go to the kitchen and like talk to, see who else is like congregated there and like chat with them and then like go back to my desk and like start something new and then like break it up like 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 2 hours doing this. And then like I have to like, I kind of force myself to like stop that and go to something else. So
interesting. So for my job, time tracking is so not important. Like literally nobody, for my specific role, there are other roles in the company where it is important. And I'm a big time blocker because I need the mental space to be like, this is what you are doing. Do this.
Yeah.
But sometimes for me, it's like, this is what you are doing. And if it bleeds over into others, like I just need that structured start time.
Well, and I do that too, so like I'm not like looking at email. Like if I'm working on a specific like proposal, I literally like I like close out of my email and spend the hour and a half working on the proposal. Then I give myself like 30 minutes to just look at email and like open the email back up and like answer things, quick fire answer things, or like if I see something that needs more attention, I'll like open it up and like start it as a draft, but I'll like then like put it to the side.
So what are some things that you do? Like, this is not like a daily, weekly, monthly routine sort of deal at all, but like, what are some like habits and practices that you have put in place for yourself other than like time blocking, which sounds like it's one of them, to like help you move towards your goals? Or do you not think about your goals like that?
No, every day I spend 30 minutes on my like budgeting software, which is You Need a Budget, YNAB. I do that usually like in the mornings, like when I either first get to work and I'm like still like kind of easing into things, or if I'm working from home, it's sometimes earlier, but I spend like 15 to 30 minutes just like cross-checking transactions, making sure everything's coded correctly. If I overspent in a category, I like reallocate so I know like going into the day, like, okay, I have X amount for eating out, so I can accept those plans that come in to go get dinner, or I'm kind of at my budget, so if I go out to eat this week or today, I have to not do XYZ that I have money saved for. So I always do that in the morning because it helps me stay on top of like my spending too.
I love that.
So even on the weekends, like the weekends are probably when I like don't look at it as closely. But as soon as Monday comes, I'm like making sure all my transactions from the weekend are all entered in and all coded. So I have a clear picture like going into the week of like what I have to spend or not spend.
I love that. I think I check my bank account probably at least probably 4 or 5 times a week, but I don't think it's as intentional as you do it. Like, I'm like opening my SoFi app and I'm like, what's going on? How much money? I feel like which again, budgeting was one of my ends for 2024. I'm going to remind the listeners and myself of that.
Yeah.
I need that reminder. But like, I have a tendency to go and be like, how much can I put towards I'm very like loosey-goosey. Like, as long as I have money to put towards my credit card bill each month, I'm like, things are great. Yeah. But I should be a little bit more structured about that. That's a routine I should incorporate into my life.
And I think it's like, I actually find like enjoyment from it too. Like, it's kind of like a little equation, a little bit of like looking at your habits, and it helps like when you do it routinely and you do it religiously a little bit, like then when you're out shopping, or when I was at Disney World and I'm seeing all this cute merch, I'm not just like going full blown like out of control, you know?
I do want to make a little sidebar for the listeners. When Allie says that she has been looking at Disney merch when she was there, I just need to say that I have never in all of my days seen somebody who is so invested in the merch so fast.
Okay.
Like, and I say this as a merch girl. I love merch. Every time we go to a concert, I'm like, I'm buying something. Like, I go into things.
It's not even merch though. It's literally like my eyes have been awakened to Loungefly. And I think there are people that like know about Loungefly and know like they collect like the little purses and the little backpacks and the ears. And I was like, oh, like that's so childish. That's so silly. And now I'm getting all these ads on social media, and I'm like, wait a second, this one's really cute.
You have sent me so many screenshots.
I mean, okay, hold on.
Wait, oh my god.
Okay, so this is where they start. I like took these, and then I took some of these.
The Packers one.
I know, the Packers one is so cool.
Okay, the Packers you would use though. Oh, I like the other one better. That one's cute. I like this one. I like the other one better.
Okay, well, hold on. First of all,
I just need to say that I've gone to Disney as an adult multiple times, and like, again, I was so anti-Disney when I first started going, and I think you did a great job of embracing it immediately. Like, you were here for it, and now your wallet is also here for Loungefly.
But I haven't bought anything.
I'm proud of you.
I'm screenshotting all these things because I'm like, these are so effing cute, but I haven't bought anything. If I'm gonna buy one, I think I told you, I'm gonna buy, and I'll show the listeners, this one.
That one is the best one.
It's a backpack, and it's from Return of the Jedi. It's Han Solo in the carbonite, which is so effing cute. And
I think it's so iconic.
Okay, and then hold on. Look at these, like, vinyl record Disney ears.
I think... Allie, I know that this is not about Disney. This is not our Disney episode, but Allie literally was like, my new bucket list item is I have to hit every single Disney park So
Yes.
she is
It's a new bucket list.
investado.
I'm a new Disney adult, but I'm not gonna like go crazy. I'm not gonna honeymoon at Disney or get proposed to at Disney.
I've told Nick that there are two places that he is not. N-O-T.
Disney
Disney.
and Paris.
Disney and Paris.
Yeah.
I don't want any Disneyland Paris. I'm going to eject myself out of the country. I'm going to find a big red button and I will eject myself.
No.
Anyways, back to routines.
Hold on, I also want to say too.
Yeah, say
it's
it.
a Sunday, and last night the Packers lost to the 49ers, and they're out of the playoffs for the Super Bowl. And I was so fucking depressed last night. Like Adam was like consoling me, and I was just like,
Like, who is still in it?
me. So the Baltimore Ravens beat the Texans. So
I think
they're
I'm a
going-
Ravens fan. I used to live outside of Baltimore.
Okay.
So, like, I have that at least little.
So they beat the
connection.
Texans. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Packers. And then today is the final two games to decide who the last two teams going to the divisional championships is. And there's the Buffalo Bills are playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And then the other one, oh God, I'm blanking.
You could say a team, and I probably wouldn't even know if it was a real team or not. So
No, I'm
you're
saying
okay.
that's AFC. The other NFC team is the Lions, and who are the Lions playing? All I know is I don't want the Lions to win, so I'm cheering for whoever's playing them.
Sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, you're the football sports girly of
But I'm
our
just
duo.
devastated that the Packers, they got this close. They were beating them the whole game until the last 5 minutes.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I know. I am sad.
I believe it.
And my dad was sending motivational bullshit texts to her. Like, hey, they did a good job. They weren't even supposed to get this far. And I'm like, fucking A! Throwing furniture around.
Well, that's you.
Yes.
Sports is not one of my routines.
But the cute Packers lounge fly.
The Packers lounge fight is actually very, very cute.
If they ever made a Harry Styles one, I would just cease to exist.
You honestly would spontaneously combust.
Okay, wait, this is the last one. Fantasia. This is the one I said
I don't
today.
like Fantasia, I'll say it.
But the little fucking
I know they're cute, but I'm not
and
a fan.
the dancing animals.
I'm not a Fantasia girl.
Look, little mini horses and stuff. It's cute. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any
Do you have, what is your, do you have things during the day that you do?
I
Oh my gosh, you make lunch. You make dinner.
I mean, that is obviously a very big one for me. I do cook. I will
You'll make
make
dinner.
myself. We make dinner every night.
Well-
We make dinner at least 4 or 5 nights a week from
Yeah.
scratch, and that's something that we do together. And
And also lasagna is A+.
we have a great lasagna. We made
good.
our chicken marsala. You haven't had it yet. I cannot kiss enough chefs for how good that is. I don't know. That's how the expression goes. Everybody knows that.
Kiss all the chefs.
Kiss all of the chefs. All of the
Not
chefs.
chef's kiss. Just
Nope. Kissing the chefs.
Kissing the chef.
Kissing the
Which-
chefs.
That's we started watching The Bear, and I would kiss that
Jaden
chef.
asked me about Jaden. If you're
would.
listening, I did not forget. I responded to your text earlier today. I have not watched.
They're 30-minute episodes, which is why Adam's like, wait, I can do this because
He
I
can
can
do
watch
that.
30-minute
Can
episodes.
do that.
Oh my god, that man is so beautiful.
He was in that new Zac Efron movie, The Iron Claw.
Yeah, he was also in a really wonderful Calvin Klein ad.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
My sister sent me a video of
He's
this
a little small for me.
oh, but he is ripped.
I mean, yeah.
And he's taking his clothes off, and my sister sent me this video on TikTok. It's on a computer screen, and this dachshund's just
Oh wait, you showed me that. I don't know that I have any specific routines outside of that. Something that I do every day. I don't even think of this as a routine, but I read every day. That's just that's not even a routine thing. That's just something that I prioritize.
I do too.
In my life. So that's something for me. I read every day. Something I would love to be better at, and I did start reading, but not finish, Atomic Habits. And it's just kind of the principle of building habits upon each other to make it become a routine. Mm-hmm. And I really I don't think it was anything groundbreaking. People talk about it it's the third coming of Christ, because I obviously remember am the second coming of Christ, because when I give
Yes.
birth as an immaculate birth.
The non, just Taylor.
Just Taylor. Which it was like nothing outrageous, but like, yeah, duh, like stack your habits. And I feel like I have a lot of big goals or like things I want for the future, but I don't know that I make, like, they're always there in my head, but I'm not making like concerted effort every day to move towards them, which sounds like the antithesis of what you would want, but like, I think it just like guides all of my decisions, not I take specific time to work on X.
Yeah.
Like all of my decisions I make throughout the day move me forward towards whatever my goals are.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I can see why you would feel like it's not like intuitive in that way, but
Right.
Yeah.
It's a much more, like, I think a routine ends up being almost like an unconscious thing. Like this is something that you're doing.
But it starts somewhere.
Right.
Like,
And I
if
think I'm in the
you're
starting somewhere.
If you're
parts.
intentionally like making it a habit, like for me, flossing. Like I try as hard as I do, like I cannot make it a sticking point in my routine. But I try really hard to at least floss at night. Like, because I know my teeth are going through it during the day.
Yeah.
Flossing in the morning, I'm like, what was I doing? Just breathing? Like, I'm not gonna floss in the morning. But it still isn't like routine, which means it's not a habit, which means it's just something I think about and try to do as often as I remember.
Yeah.
Just like drinking water too, honestly. Like, I'm not a person that's like, every morning I fill up this water and I drink this and then I do this. You know?
See, both of those things are routine for me. Like
but not for me.
It's like a very it's so subconscious for me to like floss before I brush my teeth. Like it's just a thing that happens.
See, and I floss after I brush my teeth.
I like flossing the floor because I feel like it moves things around so my toothbrush can like do a better job. So when I started making it a before tooth, because I will always brush my teeth. When I do it before, maybe this is habit stacking. When I do it before I brush my teeth, then it gets done.
Yeah.
If I do it after I brush my teeth, it won't get done.
Maybe I should try
And that's
flossing
the same.
before I brush my teeth.
And that's the same thing with water. Like I drink, as soon as I come in to the kitchen, I drink water. That way, if I drink no other water, at least I know that I have prioritized this water, and it's like such a whatever.
I do normally fill up a water bottle, but like whether I'm drinking that throughout the day is
No, I make myself drink a water.
a cup of water.
At least a cup of water. And then then I can go about my day.
Well, the other thing I was thinking of like habits and routines, it's not an everyday thing, but every Sunday, and I think a lot of people do this, Sunday is like my like cleaning and getting ready for the week, sort of like I'm doing laundry, I'm vacuuming, I'm like just like prepping so that like Monday when you're starting the work week, I'm not like in mess.
You're a Sunday reset kind of girl.
I love a Sunday reset.
I am not a Sunday reset kind of girl. So Nick and I have our like chores that we know that need to get done throughout the week, and I know that this is an ick for some people, and I'm okay with that. This is what works for like me and my relationship. We have our like a physical checklist that we can like see, and we like pick whatever chores you want.
I've told people about that, and like, because I'm like, I think sometimes Adam and I need one, like just so we feel like the other is
doing something.
Is helping.
Yeah.
Like we're both doing things.
It's easy to not see what another person is doing. And it's truly just for visibility.
Yeah.
But we have our chore list and it runs from Monday through Sunday. So like we know that we have an equal number of chores and they just need to be done throughout the week. So like as long as by the end of Sunday the chores are all done, it's fine. And I hate Sunday resets actually. Now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to spend a whole day being cleaning.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a whole day, but it's definitely like I'm not just like stacking clothes on my dresser. Like I'm like, if I'm doing anything, I'm cleaning the top of my dresser off, which means I
like that though.
Putting clothes away. I'm throwing things away that I've held on to for the week, and I'm like, okay, I no longer need these pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And I'm generally vacuuming, and I'm generally like doing a load or two of laundry. But it's not like, to be honest, like we don't ever really deep clean. That's why we have, a hired
like help to do that.
housekeeper who comes once, sometimes twice a month to really deep clean stuff.
See, we are deep cleaning our own things. Like, we are the deep cleaners. But I don't know. I think that it makes me, for me personally, it like stresses me out knowing that it needs to be done on Sundays.
And
Like,
I
work better. And this is true for like,
Yeah.
even if I have like a work project, like I love procrastinating, believe me. Like, my middle name is procrastination. But like, for me, breaking things up in small increments throughout the week makes it like palatable for me. So maybe that's one of my routines is like
Breaking it up.
like taking 10 minutes to like vacuum upstairs, taking 10 minutes to like clean the downstairs bathroom in between meetings. Like, that's what works for me. And that's just work for me.
Yeah. Well, for me, I like 2 hours on a Sunday that I dedicate to that. I usually either have like an audiobook that I'm listening to, or like if it's like I'm folding laundry in the bedroom, I put like a show on and I'm like doing that while I'm doing it. So it's not like a slog.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that the biggest thing is like,
What works for you.
What works for one person. And I will say I am so guilty of listening to other people's morning and nighttime routines and just like, ooh, this sounds so cool. Like, this sounds so fun, like blah, blah, blah. But like, if it's not what works for you and your lifestyle and like your personality, don't force it. Because we have such opposite, honestly, everything we've talked about has been opposites.
Yeah.
But like, either way, we both feel fulfilled in our routines, and like, our things get done and we move closer to our goals regardless.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that's great. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers with our Alexander Valley to that. No, I think that's like such an important thing to remember. I think that especially in the TikTok age where like,
oh my God, well, not only, which we said wasn't out, with the get ready with me's and the like things like that, but I see so many videos of like the ASMR like routine videos, and sometimes it's like interesting and fascinating, and sometimes I'm like, they are doing the most, and I'm also like, good for them. But if I were to videotape my routine, it would be very short.
I think that especially when I watch people, there's like restocking my car videos, and I'm like, they put like 3 lip glosses, 2 hand
sanitizer.
And I'm like,
sprays.
I live in Texas. If I left this in my car, I would have a melted puddle in the bottom of my Tesla.
Yeah.
It'd be miserable.
No. My car, I'm like, if I just like clean out the trash that's like in the door of the car like once a week, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, like, do what works for you. See what works for you. Leave the rest. If you don't
and
like,
good for you if that's what works for you.
Yeah.
But no judgment.
No judgment. It's just not, it doesn't work for me and the lifestyle that I live. I don't spend a lot of time in my car. I get to work from home. You spend way more time in your car than I do. Like, you would need different things in your vehicle than I would need. And like, yeah.
And I love a clean car, but I also like during the month of December when it's Trail of Lights, my car is a fucking disaster.
And
it
that's
is just
fine.
like, or like just events in general. Like, I'll sometimes have like the bottom seat or the back seats just down in like boxes that just live in my car for 2 months. I'm like, it is what it is.
They'll get there when they get there.
You know, as long as the driver's seat is clean.
That's all that matters. But yeah, I think that's our biggest takeaway is like, take what works for you, leave the rest.
But like, I think habits in general and routine is just good. So make whatever. I'd love to hear other people's routine. If you've documented it, if you have something that you're like, I have to do this, I have to not do this. There are some people who like, they're like at night, they're like, I have to have the thermostat set at 62 degrees and the fan on the second setting and you know.
I do have some things. I know that we're like coming up to time, but like there are some things that I'd like to take with me when I'm like traveling. Like you probably noticed when we were in Disney, I have like bone broth packets.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is something that I like in my morning. Like I like bone broth. I like protein. I'm going to find a way to bring that with me on the go because it just makes me feel more ready for whatever the day is.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, it's such a personal thing.
Yeah. One that I don't even know I shared it, but it was part of my evening routine. So I found Ren Skincare has a really delightful pillow spray that I've noticed when I use it, I feel like I'm sleeping at the spa. And
I
it's
love
just like,
that.
it's got like lavender and frankincense, and it's just like really calming. And I just like spray it on
cozy.
the pillow, and I feel like I have an elevated like sleeping experience.
Yeah, I like that. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
All right, as we wrap up, what is your song of the week?
So my song of the week is a song that it just came on my Spotify when it was playing like recommended songs for you. And I really like it. It's called Mary on a Cross, which is hilarious, like because
The song was like really big like a year ago.
I have no idea. I've never heard it.
I think this song I've heard all over TikTok like last year sometime.
Really?
Yeah. I'll listen afterwards and see.
But hilarious, it's like religious Mary. We're talking about the Immaculate
Conception.
You
heard it here first, listeners.
The Immaculate Conception.
You heard it here first.
No, it's called Mary on a Cross by a band named Ghost. And the first time I heard it, like I thought they were saying Mariana, and I was like, ooh, I love that name. I wrote it down on my notes under like future names for kids. And then I'm like, wait, that's not what they're saying.
That's not what they're saying at all.
The name of the song is Mariana. But the way they say it, it's like Mariana, Mariana.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely I heard this. Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard it on TikTok.
That's fine. I mean, we're on very different TikToks.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's all good.
No, that's mine.
I love that. My song of the week is The Things I Do for Love. And this is an artist that I featured pretty recently, Blood Nymph, again. I know her name is so aggressive, but her music does not sound the way you would think Blood Nymph would sound. But yeah, The Things I Do for Love is my song of the week. It's so good. I think she came out with like a new EP because I think 2 weeks ago, my song of the week, Full Frontal, was
Full Frontal Mode.
It was some Body Parts.
Yeah,
full frontal mode. So Body Parts, not Full Frontal Mode, is on this EP. So I think the EP just came out. Okay. But
Blood Nymph.
Big fan.
I know that you just had that the other week.
I know. I really like her. Again, not the sort of name that I thought that I would find myself gravitating towards, but like she makes some like hard hitting angry pop tunes, and I love an angry poppy girl.
That's fun.
That's my exact vibe. But yeah, that's my song of the week.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in to another episode of Everyday Bubbly. Don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Everyday Bubbly Pod. We are on YouTube. We're kind of on TikTok. But
you can ignore the TikTok. It's all good for right now. But we would love to hear what y'all's morning or night or like just midday routines are like. We'll put a little box up when we post this episode on Thursday. But we are so excited to hear what y'all's routines are like.
Yeah. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all. See you next time.